Hi. Hey Anthony, how's it going? Just trying to see here. Well, this is part of a nice experiment because basically I'm really bad at typing, and so it's like I wanted to leave loads of comments this week for people, and somebody just recommended to me, well, why don't you actually just record it? You know, if you can talk faster than you can type, well, that's probably a better idea of leaving feedback. Love your Anim Jam thing with the Viking. He's looking fantastic. Really nice animation all round, essentially. Love the push. Love him reaching in and picking up the goblet. That's kind of like really nice, really strong stuff. And yeah, just wanted to go through last week's, give you a couple of comments. It's a bit late in the week, but maybe, something useful might come up. And yeah, let's have a look at that polish. Um, Jumps in pretty nicely. Um, The only thing that's a bit weird for me at the beginning is kind of like the left arm basically dragging behind. So he jumps in once the right hand has the sword, and the left hand just drags behind from about frame 189 to frame 199. It's still dragging back, and it seems like it doesn't come forward well until frame like 200. So you've got a block of about some 30 frames where the hand is just floating back behind him. That looks really weird to me. It's almost like frame 194. Um, the hand could be forward. He could be in a bit more of a ready stance. Where basically both arms are actually a little bit forward like that. So this hand's forward, that hand's forward. I've got to exaggerate a bit because of the screen. But yeah, but that's pretty much one of the things that I can see. And then yeah, have the arms swing as he walks essentially, because you want to basically get that right. And then think that in around frame 203 to 205, yeah, he sets down. Yeah, I think, yeah, that contact there, yeah, that's pretty much alright. It's not really much. Ah, that's what's happening. Sorry. That's something a bit weird there, but in around your foot essentially. So the foot that's on the screen left in frame 203, it doesn't change its angle. It's always at the same angle roughly up until frame 107. Those angles are like really, really, really similar. You might want to basically add some some follow through, some overlap to basically just have the foot basically, it's kind of like at this it's terrible to do. There we go. No, it's not like that. Okay, let's see if I can get this on screen. It's currently kind of like at this angle over here. This is really difficult to do. And you might just want to have it, pan back a little bit like that. So it isn't always at the same angle. Just let it drop, a little bit like that, so that it's just got a little bit of drag, so that it isn't always at that same angle. Tiny, tiny, tiny detail. But that should basically sweeten things up a little bit. Yeah. Your other foot, yeah. The next step, there's a little bit of that, but you flick it forward so quickly in the sense of frame 213 to 118. It's a really short gap. You've got roughly the same angle as well, but it looks so nice when you flick it forward between frame 219 and 223 that that's got a lot of life to it. It just looks great. And then possibly in frame the step in frame 228 all the way to 238. You've got a step there where the foot almost goes parallel to the ground, so it kind of like moves very much like that. You might just want to add a bit more of a step like that. Give it a bit of, if it's basically going to go like that, drag, let it just at least go forward and give it a bit of a bump kind of like at the end. I think you could use some more Y there. Just again, tiny, tiny, tiny thing. Everything that I'm telling you is just, so minor and so for the eye. Love the brushing of the hands. It's looking great. Okay. I think at one point he's looking at the crypt or whatever the name of it of the object that he's going to push is in frame 228, and the next frame he kind of like looks away from it. His head rotates, so he's like looking at it, and in frame 235 he just does this. So it's like he was looking at it originally, and then basically his head just moves over here to a side, and I think you could just keep the head looking in the same direction all the time. So yeah, just there on frame 236, 235, he just looks away from it ever so slightly. I think you should keep him focused pretty much. There we go, because yeah, the head then always continues at the same angle. And nice push. There we go. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a stylistic thing, but he kind of like pushes it with all his weight there, and kind of like to have him stop at frame 295 and him not have his arms more stretched. It's okay, but I'm not sure if maybe you might consider just having him push it all the way. It's just something that it's almost like it's fine the way it works. I just think that you could possibly push it further. And then he comes back up. Fantastic. I love this little hand gesture up here when he basically gets ready to pick it up. And basically that's frame 325. Really neat. The only thing that I think is you could almost hold this position here. So it's like frame 325. Just give him a few more seconds to like wriggle his fingers and go, ooh, goody. And have a bit more of a reaction there. So he's almost like, I think it's one of the, yeah, it's kind of like tiny thing, but it's like, it's either that he already knows what's in there, but it's almost like there's no real reaction to him of saying, ooh, nice, that he finally realizes what's inside, which is the goblet. And then when he pulls it out, nice to have Taylor jumping out. The only thing that I see with that is when Taylor jumps out, he kind of like jumps out in such a I'd say slow fashion, in the sense of he's got a load of like squash and stretch when he comes up in frame 359, and it takes him about, yeah, not too long, just about 6 frames there. Let me just play that back. Yeah. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not that he jumps out slowly, but it feels a bit weird. Yeah, I think it's probably because we can't really see much of the angle, essentially, of him jumping out, if you know what I mean, because he jumps so close to the crypt. It's a bit difficult to see the arc. It is there, but it's just difficult to read. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what you're going to do next week. I've had a look at your reference. Very nice, very funny. We've got a reaction shot and jumping up. I'm just wondering how that's going to work in your composition, because like you have a tree which is on the other side of screen in your assignment from last week, and just to see him jump up, to the right of screen, I'm wondering how that's essentially going to play out, because you're probably going to have to run either behind the crypt, or you might be able to have this action happen in the other direction, something like that. Still looking forward to looking at it. Sketches are great, loads and loads and loads of detail there. Fantastic, just love these sketches. They look awesome. Great, man. Well, thanks very much for putting up with this. I want to see if this actually works, and people are happy with this. And fingers crossed, maybe we'll do a few more if it pans out. But thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.